What's going on, guys? Welcome to Don's Modeling Desk. Having some audio issues here. I don't know, my stuff is not working. It is not recognizing my headset. Oh well, I'll leave it on speakers and we'll hope there's no echo. So what's going on, Todd? Everyone that's listening, got 5 listeners, 1 comment. What's going on, Howard? Jody said he was going to be here, so he'll probably show up in a little bit. I'm having to use Firefox because Chrome wasn't cooperating, and Firefox isn't cooperating, and I don't know. I'm talking in a barrel. Do I not sound right? What's going on here? Is my audio bad? Oh, it chose the wrong one. There we go. Is that better? It was on the wrong microphone. Is it better now, Todd? I switched microphones. Ouch! Yes. Well, let's see here. What do we got in the comments? Todd's here. Howard's here. Uh, Mary's here. What's going on, Mary? Mary says Jody's on his way home and should be here shortly. That's cool. Life comes first, man. I understand that. I barely made it to the stream on time myself. And it's my stream. What's going on, Ken? AK? Steven? What's up, Steven? I think I'm caught up on the comments now. So I was trying to figure out if there's any way I can mirror my camera. There we go. We got it right now. All right. So I'm going to try to get these gray sections right here on the second ring painted like we did on the first ring last week. I'm going to be working on these on the second ring this week. I need to find time during the week to work on this thing, or I'm not going to get it done in time for Wonderfest. But we have goals. Goals count, right? I think, maybe. I don't know. But Howard was saying Friday night that I need better masking tape. I don't know if better tape would work any better. These are just some sharp curves, even for curve line masking tape to follow. Let's start over here. I know this tape is made for curved lines, but these are some sharp curve lines in places. And it does good on the outside curves. It just doesn't like the inside curves because it wants to slide down. Camouflaged in the towel. You talking about the bottom ring? Yeah. Yeah, it's all camouflaged. Yeah, sometimes curves can be good. I agree. You built a dog pen, Todd? I thought your little doggy stayed in the house. See, that's where the problem comes in. I might just cut it right there. We'll just cut it right here. Very carefully. There. And then we'll just start a new tape. Came in a box. You had to pound it into the ground. Oh, she has an outside bathroom. Gotcha. I just walk knives on a leash. Ken says the tape is made for curved lines, and curved lines, what they do, and one day it's going to curve right over you. Howard says he loaded his truck 4 times with donations to the Salvation Army today at work. Felt bad for the 68-year-old guy who was unloading all the people by himself, and none of us could help him unload the stuff. I don't know, Todd. Did you put artificial grass in your backyard, Todd? I think Jody's sneaking in the background.
Requesting permission to board, Captain.
Permission granted. What's going on, Jody?
Not too much, buddy. I just got back from picking up my daughter at the college. She had a late...
Yeah, Mary came on in the comments a minute ago and said you'd be home in a minute.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Mary.
It's all good, Jody. I understand, man.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm
doing okay.
I'm doing okay. How's it going with the Orville?
So far, so good.
Oh, that looks cool.
Thank you.
I really like the gray stripes you got around the back there, around the engines. That looks great.
Yeah, they turned out pretty good.
Are you on the second color now?
No, I'm still working on the first color.
Are those 2 different colors on the arch there? Is the thin one a different color than the wide one?
No, same color.
No? Okay. It's just the thickness of them is causing an illusion.
I guess it is.
Where'd you get up to in the chat?
Up to where Todd said, yeah, but she ain't allowed to crap all over that. Talking about he put artificial grass in his backyard.
Oh,
and
so
the dog isn't allowed to poop on it.
Not allowed to crap on the grass. Well, we bought this thing to have in the apartment for emergencies. It's like a little square of artificial turf. Well, it's not little, it's big, with like a little tray and a pan for the dog in case he has an emergency.
Right.
But he didn't like it. He didn't like using it.
Oh, really?
He's like, I'd rather shit on the floor. Yeah, I'd rather poop on the floor than on the fake grass. He's like, I want real grass, man. So Todd said she has a section of turf in her pen that she uses. And Anthony says, hey, Jordy. It's actually Jody, but that's cool too.
Jody.
Ken says, "What's that creeping around the back stairs?" That would be me, Mr. Horvath. That would be me. Creeping around the back stairs. He says, "Oops,
Yeah,
typo, Jody."
I heard it beep when you logged in. I said, I think Jody's sneaking in the background.
Yeah, I just got in and walked in the room and hit the button on my computer as I was walking by to turn it on. So let me click on a comment here. It's still, there we go. Took about 4 seconds for the comment to click, and it's Trent. He says, "Hi, Donnie and Jody." Hi, Trent. Hello.
What's up, Trent?
Kent saying hello. Todd says, "Yep, that's what she still uses. She grew up in Rebecca's apartment, so her patio was her pen." Yeah, there's a lot of people in the building here too. The dog only ever gets to go out on the patio. Not as bad as this one place where we lived, where the guy that lived above us would put his dog out on the patio, but it would do its business out there like all the time. And then whenever the snow would melt or it would rain, it would run down onto our patio.
Oh, not good.
No, we were quite upset about it. So he got told, no, you can't let your dog do his poops and his peeps on the patio.
Well, I mean, it's okay if you clean it up and don't leave it there to run down on everybody else's. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you pick it up right away, man. Let's see. Trent saying hi. Howard says, "My Orville survived 322 bullets that screamed through its packaging. The holder didn't survive. It got shattered." Who's shooting your package?
I didn't know you had an Orville,
man.
You're shooting up your shit.
I was heading to work this morning, and a deer ran out in front of me, and I did not stop in time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
How much damage did you incur?
It crunched it pretty good. I don't know how much
your car or the deer
it's going to add up to, but
your car crunched the deer, or the deer crunched your car?
I think we crunched each other.
Oh. A friend of ours hit one a couple years ago around here.
Well, the deer hit his car. He didn't hit
and it got up inside like the engine compartment. Oh,
there you go.
Oh, Tanya's.
Yeah.
Well, the guy in the truck in front of her hit it, and it flew up over his truck and landed on the road right in front of her car, and she fucking drove over it.
So
and
they're
got all in the undercarriage, everything. They had to like destroy the car.
Oh,
there it is from the front.
Well, front quarter. That's
There's a little.
It's not great, but yeah. So yeah, our friend was going along.
Stuck to it still.
Oh yeah, I see the fur. Our friend was going along, and the deer actually got hit by a truck, and then it flew over and landed right in front of her car.
Oof.
So I guess it was already, at that time, it was already opened up, and it just all went into her car. So like all in the intake and the radiator, like she couldn't keep the car. There wasn't even that much damage, but she couldn't keep the car just because of they tried cleaning it and they couldn't get the smell out of it.
Oh man.
Yeah. Like deer juice, liquid deer, right into the engine bay.
Ooh, not good.
No. Everybody's saying howdy to Trent.
Back about I don't know, 4 years ago, something like that. I saw one deer cross the road, and I stopped, and there was another deer standing there waiting, and he just standing there. So I started rolling forward about 5 miles an hour, and right about the time I went across in front of him, he took off and ran in the side of my truck, and I'm like, Are you just stupid?
Yeah, they panic in the headlights or something.
I mean, ran right in the side of the truck, knocked the mirror off the door, crunched the fender up. I was like, come on.
I could not believe how many deer we saw on the side of the highways on our way to Louisville, Kentucky last year and on the way back.
I believe it because they're not smart.
Well, not so much on the way back.
Yeah, well, we took a different route on the way home. We didn't see so many. But
through Michigan and Indiana.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Here we got these crossings, eh? The sides of the highways have walls and fences all along the side of them. And then every once in a while, there's like a bridge that goes across the highway. It's like an overpass, but it's only for animals. So it has dirt on it and land and, rocks and trees and stuff. It's like a chunk of land built on the overpass. And it's, as wide as a highway would be for the animals to cross over the highway. And then for the smaller animals, they have tunnels that go under the highway.
That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, there's one every, I don't know, there's a bunch around here. I've seen a few around Ontario.
It depends on whether the animals choose to use it or not.
Yeah, well, they can't get across the highway because it's all fenced in, right? So they kind of have to. And then if they want to go across, they gotta make their way and find it and use it. Yeah, it sort of herds them towards it. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was here. Todd said Howard running around shooting like a stormtrooper, missing all the varmints. Howard says, if I lived in a neighborhood and the neighbors ticked me off, I'd just go poop in their yard and blame their little Shih Tzu.
Yeah, I heard Howard had a run in with a chipmunk or something in his basement.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was saying there was a chipmunk in his basement, or was it a squirrel the other day? So I guess when you showed your car.
But I could be wrong.
When you showed your car there, Todd said, "Are you okay, Donnie?"
Yeah, I'm good. Didn't hurt me. Didn't even make the airbags go off. Just crunched the bumper and the fender and all that good stuff.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. AK said, damn. Howard says, pretty much, Todd, but I did get it. I did kill him.
Yeah, I spent all day today with the insurance and the place is going to fix it and all that good stuff.
That's a bummer. And Howard said they love the headlights. The deer, that is.
Well, he sure did because he put my headlight right out of the car.
I'm taking this and I'm going home.
This little thing popped up on. You what?
Oh, I was just saying that Trent says to Ken, I'm doing great. And then Chase is here and he says, hey guys. Hey Chase.
What's up, Chase?
How's it going?
Yeah, when I hit that deer, this little thing popped up on the headlight that said headlight system error or something like that. And I'm like, no shit.
No kidding. Yeah, the error is the headlight is missing.
Yeah.
It's like saying JFK has a neurological disorder.
Yeah.
Howard says, better than whacking a skunk. Yeah, you don't want to kill a skunk unless you're really, really far away from it. You don't want to whack them either.
At least you can clean that off the car. You can't clean crunch fender off the car.
The hardest thing about whacking a skunk, the smell.
Yep.
Trent says the Orville's looking amazing, Donnie.
Thank you, Trent.
And Andrew is here. Good evening, Andrew. He says, good evening, gents. How's it going, Andrew? Well, Donnie's Orville's going pretty nice, I can tell you that. Andrew says, missed the start of the stream. One of the kids wasn't settling at bedtime.
That happens, man.
Says I had to He says I had to give him an Ambien and a half a shot of whiskey. No, he didn't. He did not say that.
Well, maybe he should have.
And Andy is here. Hi, Andy.
What's up, Andy?
He says, hey, guys, just finished in the other stream. Excellent. 37 days to finish, says Andrew.
I know.
On click, comment. Let's go. Thank you.
Are the
Buddy
comments
saying
not
hi.
cooperating with you, Jody?
It's, I don't know. There's something with my computer. It's not cooperating. It's unresponsive and slow. And I don't think it has to do with the internet, because even when I go to like adjust my volume control or open my settings or anything on the computer, it takes forever to do anything.
Well,
so I
let me
clicked
ask you
right
this.
now on the comment.
Does it do
And it
that
comes up
all the
now.
time, or just when you've recently turned it on?
I don't use it for anything other than streaming, so I don't know. I'm only, when I'm using it, I'm on StreamYards, and that's about it. I don't do anything
tell
else
you
with
what.
it, so I don't know.
Next time you're going to use it, turn it on about 30 minutes earlier
Oh yeah,
and see if that makes
Okay.
a difference. Because I don't know what kind
Okay.
of hard drive yours has, but if it has the spinning drive,
I believe it does.
sometimes it takes a while with the spinning drive for all of your background stuff, you know, Discord and all of that stuff to get loaded up in the background.
Oh, okay.
And it may be stressing the computer trying to load that and trying to do whatever you're doing at the same time.
Okay. Well, I don't have
Just a
Discord
guess, but-
on or anything else. I don't have anything else running.
Discord
only
doesn't
thing I have
load up in
open
the
is,
background automatically.
No, I have to turn it on. I have it set for not to start when I turn my computer on.
Oh, okay.
I don't like things loading automatically when I don't want to use them.
Right. Still
When I
could
want
be,
to use
you
it,
know,
I'll turn it on.
Windows stuff loading up, antivirus loading up, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know. It seems like since it did the last update a few days ago, it's been doing that.
I would try that though, at least.
Okay, I'll take that suggestion into mind. Howard says, I knew a guy when I was bowling. He intentionally hit a deer to claim insurance on his Jeep to get it fixed because his wife backed into it. Scammer. What a bugger. What a bugger. And Howard says, Woodchuck. Andrew said, did Donnie have an accident? Yeah, Donnie hit a deer.
Yeah, I hit a deer this morning, Andrew.
Don't! A deer.
Yep. Doe, a deer, a female deer.
Andy says, not a serious one, I hope. And Howard says, I bet Donnie just went to his factory and pilfered the parts. It'd be cheaper. Not if he gets caught and loses his job.
Right?
That wouldn't be cheaper.
Yeah. Insurance will pay for
Todd's
it.
got a point, though. You sure can get the paint right. Yeah. So it's not even like, you know, when you put your arrow over the comment and it highlights, giving you the option to click it, it's not even doing that. And clicking on it does nothing. I can still scroll through them and read them. It just seems like I can't put them on the screen anymore. Andrew says, did you put the deer in your freezer?
No.
Oh.
No, he was actually still alive.
Oh.
Did all that
Still in
I
your
told
freezer.
you to my car. But he's still alive. Deer are tough, dude.
Yeah, they are. Andy says, oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, there we go. I clicked on that like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, Howard's comment?
Yeah, when I read it, I bet Donnie just went to the factory and pilfered the parts. That's when I clicked on it.
Wow.
Let's see what happens with this one. Click. That was faster. Yeah, just pull it through the paint booth and get paid for fixing it. I think he means paid.
I hope we mean
But I don't know.
Pay.
I don't know. You could getting laid for fixing it wouldn't be bad either, Donnie.
Well,
he means paid. Oh.
Long as my wife didn't find out.
Well, you bring your wife to work day.
Hey, honey, I really hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to get laid to get the car fixed.
Yeah, it's the only. My boss said it's the only way. And he said my teacher Ian Perry died about 8 years ago in a car accident. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh man,
I don't want to hear about anybody dying.
Right?
Andrew says skunk does rhyme with stunk. Yes, a skunk sat on a stump. The skunk thunk, the stump stunk, and the stump thunk, the skunk stunk. An old tongue twister. And he says, I'm good, thanks. Howard says, Jody, admit it, you've been looking at too much Starships porn. You know what? I do look at a lot of Starship porn. My favorite one is Triangulum Audio Studios. It's a good channel for seedy Starship images.
Yeah, I've looked at that website.
Oh, it's a YouTube channel. I'm sure it probably is a website too. I've never looked at the website, but I watch the videos all the time.
Yeah.
Andy says, I tried using the phone boxes the other day. 5 in a row of them were broken.
Phone boxes?
Yeah, they still got, in the UK, they still have phone boxes. Phone booths.
Oh, I thought you said foam boxes.
Oh, no, phone boxes. I think he means a payphone. Yeah, in the UK, they still have payphones. So
I understand that now, but I was lost for a minute. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't take much to get me lost, but I was lost for a minute.
AK says, try reversing the last update. If your computer works better, you know it's the update. Okay. And Andrew says, why don't you try restarting your computer? Well, I just turned it on before I joined Donnie. I turned it off last night when I was done. And actually, that's the first thing I tried the other day when it was really bothering me during, I don't know, I think it was on
Friday night stream.
I think it was actually, but I think it was like last week when I was doing your stream too. I was having delays with the comments. It's been happening for a while.
Yeah, you were having delays with the comments, but I don't think you ever restarted. And then Friday night.
Oh yeah, I usually turn my computer off every night.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, then Friday night you were having the glitchiness in the video and everything. And and it was still doing it.
I don't have my camera on now, but I'm sure it's probably. Yeah, see?
That's crazy.
It's still.
I mean, you could ask Todd. I'm sure he probably knows more about it than me. But to me,
well, when he's got more free time to deal with that and help me out.
Yeah, it sounds like
busy guy right now. And he's saying
hard drive problems or heat problems. Have you tried cleaning the heat sink out?
No.
You know, inside the tower, there's a heat sink on the processor.
Yeah. And just clean the dust out of it.
Yeah,
it's probably full of dust because it's on my desk.
Yeah.
and I do a lot of sanding and grinding and stuff like that.
A little can of compressed air,
behind,
you know, and blow it out real good.
The computer tower, the PC sits behind my monitor.
I wish I had a desk that was big enough to do that.
Howard says, I wonder if the computer needs more memory. Well, my desk isn't really big enough for that, but I can do it in anyways. Buck's here. Buck says, hey, peeps.
Yeah, but if I had my
Says, "Hey,
computer
Buck."
sitting on the desk, I would not have the Orville on the desk right now.
Yeah, well, in front of my monitor, I probably got a foot, maybe 14 inches to the edge of my table. Trent says some of those only ship sites are full of malware.
Only ships.
Yeah, I should move it down there. Andrew says, gotta wonder how they came up with that flared engine ring design on that ship. Very different than anything else. It's hard to come up with unique designs that don't look like other franchises. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Andrew.
But they did.
That's one of the things I like about it. It's unique. It doesn't look like something you've seen on another movie or show. And now you're freezing, but it's not because of your thing. Everyone's saying howdy to Buck. Andy says you wouldn't believe how much. No, your video just froze, but it's probably just for me. Andy says you wouldn't believe how much fun it is to phone up a phone booth and talk to people who pick up the other end. Yeah, I remember doing that a couple times when I was younger. We used to have phone booths around here.
And the number was always posted on the outside.
Yeah, the number was on it.
I haven't seen a phone booth in a long.
Howard says, I know. Have you tried a BFH? I don't know what a BFH is.
BFH?
Won't even let me scroll down. Yeah, he says, have you tried a BFH on the computer?
I have no idea.
Buck says, my PC gets flaky when an update is downloading. Yeah, well, it started being weird after it did an update. And like I noticed this computer, almost every time I turn it on, it says an update has been done.
Oh. I bet you've got Windows corrupted somehow. If
well, I'm going to try what
update almost every time you turn it on. My wife's computer did that one time.
A couple times a week it does an update.
Yeah, the only way we finally fixed it was I just wiped the computer and reinstalled Windows.
Oh yeah.
From then on, it was fine. Something in Windows got corrupted and it wasn't letting the updates install properly, so it was just constantly trying to update.
Well, the comment I clicked on finally showed up on the screen. And I can't turn it off because I can't click on a new one oh, there we go. The other one I clicked on, and then there's Bucks. Howard says, I'd also check the fans, make sure the ones
that's what I was suggesting to him earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Just blow all that out real good with a can of compressed air.
1, 2, 3, click. Oh, wow. Andy says, good night, guys. I have work today. Good night, Andy.
Have a good one, Andy.
Stopping by. Take care, buddy. BFH is a big freaking hammer. Buck says, do you have your monitor on a stand on a mount Mine are mounted to the desk that clears the surface. My monitor is a TV that's sitting on the desk.
Yeah, I have my monitor on the
I
arm.
don't have a.
It's on legs.
It's got legs. It's got 4 legs. I don't have a proper computer monitor.
Yes, it's a giant RCA TV.
Well, yeah, it's a LCD TV, but it doesn't make a difference to me. But a lot of people prefer a computer monitor because of the resolution's better and stuff. But to me,
my monitor is
make a
old.
difference.
It's just 1080p, like a TV.
Yeah, that's what mine is. It's a RCA. It's like a 35-inch TV or something like that.
If I bought a
But
nice
I mean,
new,
because it's super thin and really light.
if I bought a nice new high resolution monitor, then I would have to get a new video card to run that resolution.
Yeah. Well, Todd said that this computer is like equipped for gaming, so it should have a kick-ass video card or gaming and streaming is like the package or whatever it's supposed to be. It's specifically for streaming and gaming, so it should have all the bells and whistles and be capable of doing that. I agree with
Yeah, but gaming doesn't mean gaming at high resolution.
Update. No, but it should still be able to run, StreamYards or just anything.
Yeah. It should run StreamYards, no problem.
I'll try reversing the update, AK, if I can figure out how to do that.
Go in the Windows Update section.
Howard says, "Oh, that's better. A 50-inch monitor really shows what Donnie's doing." Howard went to his TV. Nice.
Yeah, I've got my computer hooked up to the TV also. So
I was recommended to use the Firefox for my browser for this because it was less.
Firefox has its own issues to me.
Okay.
I was having trouble with Chrome not wanting to feed me sound. I couldn't get sound from Chrome in StreamYards. Works perfectly fine for YouTube and everything else, but for some reason, StreamYards was not feeding me sound through Chrome. Yeah, I don't know why. And I went over to Firefox and had to play with it for about 10 minutes to get it to show me video. Like, come on. One of these has got to just work.
Weird.
Yeah, the only way I can use OBS to feed my video into StreamYards is I have to start Firefox, go to StreamYards, then open OBS and hit the virtual camera button, and then switch StreamYards to the virtual camera. If I open OBS and start the virtual camera first, Firefox goes, "Sorry, man, somebody's already using your camera. I can't do anything."
Huh. Because it gets claimed by the first app or program you start with it.
But in Chrome,
there should be a setting. I found a setting to allow it to do more than one thing. That's just in my Windows settings.
Yeah, I've already done that. In Chrome, I can open up OBS, turn on the virtual camera, then open up Chrome, go to StreamYards, choose virtual camera, everything's great. Firefox will not let me do that.
Let's see. Howard says it worked fine for you at the beginning. See, now it's working. Now it's good. Click, click. I'm clicking in real time now.
I wish I had a 49-inch monitor. That would be sweet. I have half that, less than half that. I have a 24-inch.
Howard asked, what brand is it? Andrew said Samsung. Buck said that's high quality software right there.
Yeah,
AK said, interesting. I have no problem with Firefox. Been using it for years.
Well, I've never had a problem with Chrome. I've been using Chrome for years until the last couple weeks.
I think Todd recommended me to use. I think Todd recommended me to use Firefox when I was trying to get on streams with my laptop, and it was so shitty that it could barely run Chrome anyways.
Right.
So I think that's probably why Todd recommended me to try Firefox.
Well, I mean,
because it takes less processing or something to run it.
It's a personal preference thing or whatever. Some people prefer Firefox, some people prefer Chrome.
Yeah. Well, apparently it takes less processing to run Firefox, so it was worth a try, right? And it did actually work a little better, but it was also, my internet wasn't great and the computer just didn't have enough capacity to run StreamYards. It was fine if I went on by myself, but when I joined like the group streams, it was giving me a hard time. The more data going back and forth was slowing me down.
It shouldn't be, really, because that's supposed to be one of the benefits of using StreamYards. You know, you're sending your stream to their server. Everybody else is sending their stream to the server. It's getting combined, and all you're doing is getting the combined stream back. It should be the same as if you were sending yours and then getting yours back.
I guess so, but it's all the video and audio going back and forth, right? I don't know. By the time it gets back to the laptop, it doesn't have the brains left over to display what it's trying to say. Andrew says, then you got Internet Explorer / Edge. The only good thing it's for is downloading another web browser. Yeah. I think that's the first thing you do when you get a new PC is download another browser. There's really not that much
difference between Edge and Chrome anymore. Because, because I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that, maybe longer. Microsoft finally admitted that their browser sucked and everybody was using Chrome and Firefox. So they rebuilt Edge using Chromium, which is the open source version of Chrome.
Okay.
So the only real difference between Chrome and Edge is Chrome has all the Google crap built into it, and Edge has all the Microsoft crap built into it.
Oh. Howard says, my buddy swears by using Opera. I've never heard of anyone using that. I had a tablet before, one of like the first Android tablets that I got, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago or whatever. It had Opera browser on it, pre-installed.
Yeah, not a bad browser.
I've heard other people say too it was good. See, when I actually use the internet, I just do it on my phone. I don't go on my PC or my laptop and go on the internet and look at websites like Google Chrome or whatever, right? The only thing I'm doing on my PC here is going on Firefox and StreamYards. And then sometimes when I'm working on models or whatever, I'll have YouTube on. But that's it. This computer literally does nothing else but that.
I do most of my internet browsing on my phone. But if I'm like looking up reference pictures and stuff for a model or something like that, I'll use my computer because I want to be able to see them.
Yeah. See, if I find something, I'll just send it to my computer over Bluetooth. Right? I'll just share it and I'll just download it on my phone and then send it to my computer and then look at it on my computer if I need to see it better. And a lot of times I'll use my laptop instead of the computer because when I'm using like pictures of starships or whatever for reference to draw pictures, I can flip my laptop over and trace the shapes right off the screen, right?
Oh, it has one of those where you can fold it back on itself.
But you don't.
No, I just flip it backwards.
Oh, okay.
I have the keyboard not vertical. You know what I mean? I just lay it down.
Because you draw
Yeah.
your computer, a laptop.
Yeah. So I can just, like, if I need, like, I like this saucer shape or whatever, I want to copy the shape exactly, I'll just trace it right off the laptop screen.
That's cool.
And it's hard to do with the monitor. Plus, it's the right size, the same size as my paper already, right? AK says I have not had a desktop since 2010. Maybe that is why I have no problems with it. Yeah, that helps, not having problems with a thing.
Yeah, if you don't have a desktop, you
says,
can't have a
so
problem with a
true.
desktop.
Ken says so true about Microsoft Edge. Andrew says, can anyone guess what I'm working on tonight in the shop? Millennium Falcon.
Star Trek shit.
He's working on a 172,000th scale Millennium Falcon.
That
So
would be
it's very
tiny.
tiny. Yeah, it's about the size of a quarter. Buck says a submarine, Andrew. And AK says Firefox is Opera based. Opera! You get a Firefox. You get a Firefox.
Isn't
You all
Opera
get foxes
Firefox
on
based?
fire. That's what Anthony just said. Firefox is Opera based. Oh, you say it's the other way around.
I thought it was. I could be wrong.
Opera is Firefox based. Howard's guess to what Andrew is working on is a smaller Enterprise D. Andrew says, I hate browsing on my phone. I prefer it. It's handy. It's right there. Literally handy. In the palm of my hand. Andrew says, I want a keyboard and a large screen. I'm keyboard averse. Howard says, but I'd guess it at least flies in space. Yeah. There's Dawn. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, Dawn. Andrew says, whatever it is I'm working on, I'm looking for an escape.
Firefox actually grew out of Netscape Navigator.
Oh.
Firefox is based on its own engine. Opera is based on Chromium. So Opera is basically Chrome.
Google Chrome. That's probably why they were putting it out on Android tablets, because it was like when Google took over Android.
It's based on the open source Chrome.
Yeah. But it was around the time when Google bought out Android.
What was that? Early 2000s or late 90s?
Yeah, early 2000s. Probably mid 2000s. Like 6 or 7 or 9.
2005.
Howard says the right Enterprise D. I think that's what he means by the RD. The right D. And then he says, the end is nigh, Andrew. The end is nigh.
The end is nigh.
Yes. You could say the finish line is on the horizon. Or victory is within your grasp. The end is nigh. He's like, no.
I'm sure Andrew wants to get to the end. That's when he gets paid, probably.
AK says, hey, Don, Trent says, hey, son. Buck says, hey, don't. And Trent says, Don. And Don says hi to Anthony.
What's going on, Buck?
What is that?
Pressure cooker.
Oh,
What is
it's
what?
the pressure.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, Mary's depressurizing the pressure cooker.
Sorry.
Ah. Are we making pickles? I love homemade pickles.
Donnie says, are you making pickles, Mary?
Chicken.
Chicken. Pickled chicken. Oh, not pickled chicken?
No.
Just chicken?
Just chicken.
Okay. Howard
Pickled
says, hey,
chicken.
Grumpy. I mean, Dawn.
Pickled chicken.
Steven says hi to Buck. And Dawn says, piss off, Howard.
Hang on just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll continue with the comments here. AK says, no wonder I like Firefox. I loved Netscape. I never saw that show. Boom. Steven saying hi to Dawn. Dawn saying hi to Steven. Andrew says there's also Brave. You talking about the movie or a browser of some sort? Buck says hi to Steven. Howard says love you too, Dawn. Back at you. Hi, Dawn, you sound like my dad. That was the very last thing I said to my dad the day after his birthday when I was leaving. I said, I love you, Dad. And he said, back at you. That's what he always said. Right back at you. He couldn't bring himself to say the words out loud. Or maybe he just didn't feel it. I don't know. Who knows? Andrew says, soon I will cry. Kapla!
Kapla!
Andrew is preparing to bring honor to his house and all of the Empire by making the coolest Starfleet ship of all time. I wish I could build a model of my drawing of the Klingon Starfleet hybrid ship, the Kronos 2.
Hey, if you could get somebody to make an STL out of it, I'll print it for you.
Yeah, I already tried, and I just stopped getting updates from the two people that I had working on 3D models of my drawings for me. The one guy showed me a few pictures and a couple of progress things, and the other guy emailed me a couple times and asked me a few questions, and then I haven't heard anything else, and it's been months.
Well, if I knew how to do that, I would do it for you, but I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I would love to learn how to 3D model and design, but I tried, man. I tried a bunch of different ones, and what was the one that everyone uses? Blender, and there's even tutorials for it and everything, and I can't grasp the technical knowledge of it. Like, I'm not very well versed in computers in the first place. Like, I didn't grow up using computers. I never had a job where I had to use computers. I didn't get my first computer until I was like over 30 years old. So I don't have a lot of experience, and you know what I mean? And it's tough for me. I'm a pencil and paper guy when it comes to the art. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a physical and tangible. Yeah, my kid is so good with the digital art. Like, she uses those drawing tablets and, the 3D design and CAD programs, and just, yeah. They went and competed in, there was this thing called Skills Ontario, and her and her class partner and her friend went and competed in that. It's like an animation contest, and you animate like a little short film.
It's like all skills.
and they were doing really good in it. But one of the rules of the contest is they have to use the computers that are there. They're not allowed to use their own computers.
Why?
And I don't know, just to make sure everything's on an equal footing, I guess.
And then you don't have like things.
And you don't have like hidden files or whatever that you can cheat with, right? So they have to use the computers provided by the competition, but those computers weren't exactly up to par, and it crashed. Not only for them, like a bunch of competitors lost their work, and
in the last like 10 minutes.
In the last like 10 minutes of the contest, and instead of giving them another chance to get it done, they just said no, disqualified.
Well, they could have taken
or whatever, right?
You gotta be kidding me.
And brought it up to the main computer in the front and plugged it in.
Yeah.
And taken the information, but it has to be from your pod and your pod only. It's part of the rules of the competition.
Yeah.
But if you did it on the computer you required to do it on, what does it matter what computer you display it on? It's already done at that point.
Yeah.
That makes no. That sounds fishy as hell to me.
It was a booger. It was a booger. So let's see if Andrew said there's also Brave, and I asked him if that was a browser. He said,
yes.
I'll say Kapla. It is? Okay.
It's a security focused browser.
All right.
Built in VPN and all that.
Buck's doing his James Bond voice. He says, "Nye, Bill Nye, science guy." Howard said, "What engineer worked in that Orville? It looks like a rat's nest." Howard, referring to your wiring.
It is.
Don says, "See, lights are bad. Look at that mess."
No, lights are good.
Ken asks if Mary will be using the salad spinner later. Probably not. We don't have any. We don't have any salad to spin. Not tonight. All right, yeah, we're not having salad tonight. We're having chicken. I don't know if you guys ever saw that, but we have Family Feud Canada, and the guy's like, there's this dumb blonde on there, and the guy's like, the host is like, "What's Popeye's favorite food?" And this girl's like, "Ding." And then she pops out and she does this little dance and she's like, "Chicken." They're all laughing. They're like, "What?" And then she realized right after she said chicken, she's like, oh, she slapped her hand on her forehead. She's like, "Oh, Popeye, damn it." It was so funny.
Wow.
So Andrew says, yes, a browser of some sort confirmed it. And Gordon from Hobby Time is here. Good evening, Gordon.
What's up, Gordon?
Don says, I'm not that old. I never said anything about you being old. I never said anything about Don being old tonight, did I? Not tonight. We're
Guilty
all
conscience, maybe?
You're not even that much older than me, Don.
Has Don been lying to you, Jody?
No, but I don't think he's as old as we think he thinks he is. Or he thinks we think he is. I don't know. I'm trying to say he's not that old.
He's older than Buck. That's pretty old.
Buck's not that old either. Everyone's saying hi to Gordon.
No, but I like to mess with him, man.
My brother's almost as old as Buck. Don says they have.
I have a brother that's older than
Blender
Buck.
course at Wonderfest, but it's pricey. Yeah, I don't have time to be taking a 3D modeling course at Wonderfest. That's for sure. I want to hang out and look at all the models and that stuff. Andrew said, start with something easy and simple like rank pips so you can learn the basics. then move on to something more complex like a comm badge, and then go from there. Howard says, I 3D modeled a 2D line. That's how far I got. Never graduated to a circle. I did get a full Starship model by using Tinkercad.
Yeah, the one you
pretty
sent
basic. Yeah, that's right. You have a copy of it. It's pretty basic, but it looks like
cool.
a Starfleet starship. I actually did 2 of them in Tinkercad. I only sent you the one, but I did 2. I wonder if I could even still access that and get it.
I need to print that out for you sometime.
The cool thing about that is that when you have a 3D model in it, there's a button at the top that looks like a Lego brick. And if you press that button, it converts your model into bricks and then tells you what pieces you need to make it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, what's this Lego brick button for? So I clicked it and my Starship model turned into Legos or bricks, interlocking bricks. And then it showed a list on the side saying which things you need, which pieces you need.
Now, come on. If they can do that, if they can just have one button, you click it and it turns it into Lego bricks and tells you what parts you need. You're telling me they can't design a 3D program where you can 3D design a ship or something like that, click a button, and it'll cut it into pieces so you can make a model kit out of it.
Well, they probably could, but somebody has to do that. I'm sure they could. Probably no one's thought of it. Because
sure
there's other ways. There's other ways already to do it, right? Might be more complex and more complicated, but there's still ways to do it already.
More complex and complicated than turning it into Lego bricks?
That would be nice. I didn't look that deep into what it was showing me. I clicked back to my 3D. I was like, huh, that's cool. And then I clicked back to my 3D model. So I'm not sure how detailed it gets with that, right? But it looked like the same shape. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let's see where I was at. I'm going to catch up here. Okay, Andrew started with something easy. Don says, Buck is high. He's holding out again. Says hi to Gordon. Buck says, I'll share with you, Don. Nice, don't hide it. Divide it. Andrew says, lava chicken? How far behind am I in the comments? 10:03. These ones just came up. Olive oil is Popeye's favorite food. Yeah, see, I mentioned that like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, Howard's comment at 9:03 just popped up on mine.
Don says, Jody was comparing me to his dad. Yeah, you're comparable to my dad. But not as old as him. But he used to say the same thing. Piss off, other Don.
But he didn't deny it.
Eric is here. Eric says, Jody, are you saying he's really, really old? Well, I did say he's not that old. That's all I say. That's all I'll say. He's not that old.
But how old is that old?
Older than me? Oh, no, he is that old. He is that old. He's not as old as my dad. He's not that old. There you go. He's not that old. He's not as old as Patrick Stewart. Buck says, I'm almost as old as Buck.
You're almost as old as Buck.
Don says, piss off, young kids. Get off my lawn.
No.
And knock it off with all their rocking and rolling and skibbity beep bopping and sidewalk surfing.
You can't make
Ken
me
put
get out
the,
there, Rondo, man. You can't catch me.
You can't catch me, old man. I'll throw you back over the fence like a frisbee. Ken says, put the Family Feud Canada clip in off topic on Discord. Excellent. There's
I'll have
more to
check
that
on
clip too. There's a behind the scenes. You know how sometimes they'll ask a question and the answer they give doesn't work out or whatever, and they do like a bunch of takes of it. They did like 8 or 9 takes of asking this woman different questions because like both of them couldn't come up with an answer, right? Nobody had answers and they kept stalling and fouling. So they kept asking different questions, and then finally that was the one that made it onto the show.
So wait a minute. If you can't come up with any answer at all, they just give you another chance?
Well, I think it's a choice of the producers to get the best, because what they'll do is there's a few options for him to ask questions, right? And they'll do a bunch and they'll do a bunch of takes and then they'll use the best one on the show. Because like they went down the line of both families, right? You got it? You? It's just a really weird question. Sometimes the questions are odd and everyone's like, well, I don't know. What are you talking about? So they pick a different one. But yeah, this lady and the other person that was up there at the same time, they just kept saying weird things that didn't make sense. And they didn't understand the questions. It's just weird. Like they were really a couple of sandwiches short of a pick.
Damn. Now I want homemade pickles.
Eric saying hello to everybody.
What's up, Eric?
Howard said, there's a program that can take a Lego piece and turn it into a larger STL for printing. I think it's called Bricks Max.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So it's like the opposite of what this Tinkercad one's doing. It's turning
Well, if it's what I'm thinking
Legos
of,
into like a model.
No, it's turning Legos into bigger Legos. In other words, you take a Lego piece and you put it in this program and it blows it up and then turns it into an HTML file so you can print that Lego piece big.
Okay, so you're scaling up the individual blocks.
Yeah. If he's talking about the same thing I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool,
like that,
but I mean that's a fairly simple process compared to taking a model that you designed and then turning it into Lego bricks.
Well, it probably just makes the basic shape of what you got, right?
Well, still.
Eric says, chat's not slow, we're just old and it takes time to read it. Let's see. Oh, I skipped a bunch here. Hold on. My thing scrolled past a bunch. Buck said, you must be in a different time zone to make the comments do ODD. Howard said, almost 70. Don said, in 3 years, maybe.
In 3 years, it'll be 70, Don?
All right. So if that's the case, then he's only 10 years older than my brother. And he's only 15 years older than me.
So your brother's 57?
Yeah.
Well, your brother's almost my age, or right at my age. Because I'm 56. Yeah. I'll be 57 in May.
You were born in 69?
Yep.
Yeah. My brother turned 57 just on the 12th, a couple weeks ago.
I turned 57 in May. The 17th.
Howard says, if I make it to Don's age, I might be about to make it to Chuck Norris age. And then Howard says, naked grandma! That's one of my favorite ones. What would a robber not want to see when breaking into your home? Buddy's like, ding, naked grandma!
I remember that one.
And then the other dude's like, I don't want to see that either. Oh yeah. I love watching clips of Family Feud on YouTube.
I do too.
All the funny ones. Hilarious.
I like watching the clips way better than watching the show.
Steve Harvey's hilarious. Check
Yeah.
out some of the Family Feud Canada ones. That host is hilarious too. He's a pretty well-known comedian in Canada.
I'll have to check it out.
But yeah, it's pretty funny sometimes. Don says, some of you guys aren't licking the like button. Well, let me check. I'm gonna get on there right now and hit it up. Mary always licks the button right away as soon as she gets there. So let me lick that button. Let me see your button. Lick, 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 lick. Ka-ching! There, I hit the thumbs up button twice, Donnie, just to make sure.
Good job.
And then I hit the other one beside it too, just to double down. That's what it means,
okay.
right? The one that's pointing downwards, that means double down on your decision?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. All right.
All right. Quagmire. All right.
You gonna lick the like button? All right. Todd says, I had a homemade dinner. What's that? I don't know.
I didn't have homemade dinner today. I had sandwich.
I do know. I get homemade dinners all the time. I'm lucky. I had a homemade dinner today, but it was the dinner that I made a couple days ago. I make a homemade. One of Mary's favorite things is I make this homemade hamburger helper. So you get a pound of ground beef, and you get tomato soup, and you get cream of mushroom soup, and I like to throw in a can of those Rotel tomatoes. It's crushed tomatoes and green chilies.
Yeah.
And I throw that in, and I chop up onions and garlic and stuff like that, and add a bunch of seasonings. It's pretty good.
We've made homemade hamburger helper before, but a little different.
I like to use the bow ties pasta. Cooks up nice and mixes in well. The sauce and the meat goes all over everything. Sauce and meat all over everything.
Are you sure you're talking about food, Jody?
You'll never know. Don says, yep, on the 70. Eric said, Heinz 57.
Yep, on the 70. Is he saying he's 70?
I'm not sure. Howard says, healthy living. Buck says, you're old, Donnie.
I am.
Says,
I'm just not as old as you are.
Get used to this.
Get used to what? Us bashing each other about our age?
Homemade meals. I think he's referring to homemade meals. Well, you can tell Rebecca, say, you know what, honey? I am never eating out again.
I have you.
See what she thinks. If she says, what do you mean by that?
Then you might be in trouble.
Well, you got a new stove in a new house, Todd. LOL. Yeah, man. New house, new stove. Use it.
New house, new stove.
Steven says I turned 64 in May. Good for you, Steven. We will make sure we wish you a happy birthday in May.
May's a good month for a birthday.
Mine's in June, a couple weeks after Wonderfest. Don said, it is get to be old. Wait, that hurt. Never mind. I think Don's having a little mini stroke right there. Todd said, I always thought the stove was for looks.
I thought it was for heat.
Not where I grew up. If our stove was for looks, then we weren't doing it right.
I'll tell you what used to trip me out. My granny could go in the kitchen, put 5 different things on the stove cooking, stuff in the oven, something on the griddle, and never burn anything all at the same time. It's like, how did you do that?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Andrew said, I just realized I missed a section of escape pods on the first ship. Time to backtrack.
Uh-oh.
Don says, making mac and cheese doesn't count as a meal, Todd. No matter how long you leave the stove on, Aaron. I threw in the Aaron stove part. Don says, nope, in 3 years, I will be 70 maybe. He says maybe.
You're 67.
He might decide he's only going to be 69 again. You know what? If I make it to 69, I'm staying there. Buck says, I smell burnt toast. Turn down the heat setting on your toaster, Buck. Brain damage. Would you rather have brain damage or emotional damage?
I love those videos.
Don said 69 is a good number.
It is.
Yeah, that's the year Donnie was born. That's what my brother always says. Best number, year I was born. Oh, yeah. My brother's a pretty cool guy most of the time.
Most of the time?
Well, nobody's cool all the time.
Speak for yourself.
Well, yes, Donnie, you're an exception.
I wish.
I thought that was a given. I thought everybody knew that. I didn't have to highlight that fact. Everybody knows.
Someday I'll be cool. I'm a work in progress.
We'd all like to think we're cool enough to not even care if we're cool, but it's tough out there.
We all think we're cool. And then life happens.
So we got a leak.
Hopefully we'll get some paint on tonight.
So I got a shipment of cheap ass supplies here for the cheap engineer today that I got from a cheap ass website. I got this masking liquid mask fluid, and it came with a set of little silicone tipped brushes.
Oh, those are cool.
Which I think are pretty cool. Yeah, there's like 5 different shapes. And I think they'd be good for applying, like rubbing decals too, right? I've seen Todd using a little silicone brush for his decals. And I think Jordan has one too. Because I don't know, I struggle.
They use the silicone brushes for the masking fluid because it doesn't stick to them.
Yeah, okay.
That masking fluid will stick to almost anything. It's latex. The masking fluid is latex.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was too. I looked at it and I spread a bit on my finger and I smelled it. I was like, that's just liquid latex. I'm quite
is.
familiar with that because I've used it a lot for Halloween purposes, right? You can buy like a bottle of liquid latex for applying like Halloween makeup and masks and stuff. So I've used it a lot of times. Yeah. I opened up the bottle and I was like, huh, same thing. So yeah, next time I need some, I'm just going to go to when Spirit Halloween opens up in the fall. I'll just go there and buy a bunch of them because you can get a little bottle of it for like $2. Or you can get a big bottle of it for like $10. Todd said, heck no, she cooks now. It was spicy chicken with mashed potatoes and peas, a side of rolls. Most excellent.
Nice.
That's awesome. Mary is also cooking chicken in the pressure cooker. It's probably going to be for tomorrow's supper. So we already had our eats.
Pressure cookers for pickles.
That's true. Our kid just got home from school. She hasn't eaten yet, so she might want something. Forgot about that. Yeah, gotta feed those things, eh? Roasted garlic butter chicken. That's why it smells so good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oven roasted broccoli and what? Steamed rice. Wow, wow, wow.
That sounds good.
Welcome to the high life, Todd. You made it, buddy.
Can you keep it warm till I get there?
Todd says, watching this on TV, it's the biggest I've ever seen Donnie. Yeah, see, when we're watching the streams, we're usually watching it on TV. We have a TV it's like a 40-inch TV, so it's not huge or nothing, but we're only like 3 feet away from it. So yeah, we're always watching on the TV, and then I have my phone with YouTube just so I can make comments, right?
I've done that a lot too.
I don't like watching it on a small screen, even on the computer screen. It's like when there's a lot of people on screen, it's not bad when there's 4 or 6 people, but once there's like 8 or 10 people on there, you can't even see anybody's window. Don said, see, there are advantages to having a great woman in your life. There's many advantages to having a great woman in your life. Like still being alive is like my top one. Todd says, definitely, and she's great. That's awesome, Todd.
It is.
Andrew says, I use the liquid mask for masking off nav lights. Just put a drop on it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that because what I've been doing so far is to either try to punch a tiny little circle of tape, and that's not always the best because it wrinkles when it curves around the dome. And the ones I'm putting in are so small in the first place, you can't, a piece of tape that small doesn't even have enough adhesive on it to stick to anything, really. And so what I usually do is I just paint it and then just clean the things off, right? Just scrape the paint off of them. That's what I've been doing lately. But now I got the liquid mask. I just got this stuff this morning, so I haven't.
Liquid mask looks good for that.
Yeah, I haven't got into it yet. And I got some of those dental pick brushes, those tiny little brushes there for cleaning the tip of the airbrush. Yeah, I got a pack of those, like 150 of them or something like that for a couple dollars. Todd said, I came downstairs to eat a Pop-Tart for lunch, and she was making eggs, ham, and cheese croissants. That's why when we saw Todd on the stream on Friday, we were like, Todd's looking healthy.
It's being fed well.
Mm-hmm. Says, gonna marry this one for sure. Eric says, Todd, your TV is probably taller than Donnie in real life. Oh,
Maybe.
gloves off. Eric with the bare knuckles. Don says, now I'm getting hungry, Todd. Thanks. Todd's like, nah, I realize this 75 is too small for this wall. I need a Donnie-sized TV. So it's at 78 inches? Don says, so you got a 4-foot TV, Todd?
4 foot. Hey.
Howard says, you know, today George Takei is 89. Cool. He's just like the Batmobile. Wait. I'm bad at math. Kenneth. Hey, Kenneth. Kenneth
What's
is
up,
here, and he
Kenneth?
says, evening, Donnie and everyone. I'm sitting here watching you guys on my last break. Work until 12:30 a.m. today and tomorrow afternoon. You like the night shift, Kenneth, or you prefer day shift work? I used to like working night shift sometimes when I was younger. I worked at a 7-Eleven for a while when I lived in Toronto.
I never
Don
liked
says,
night
yes.
shift.
You never liked night shift?
No.
My dad was on rotating shifts at the mine. For 1 week, he'd be on the day shift, and then the next week he'd be on the afternoon shift. And it would go back and forth from week to week.
Yeah, like a swing shift.
Yeah, that had to be tough. Don says, yes, Howard, there are people out there older than me. Yeah, George Takei is one of them. Shatner.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks. Yeah. Dick Van Dyke. Oh, sorry. Beep Van Beep. Andrew said, when we get lots of people on stream and it goes to that narrow aspect ratio, I can't fit the model on screen. No, you have a hard time fitting the entire model on screen in the first place.
Right.
Especially, you know, like when Andrew fits the whole Enterprise D model on the screen during his streams, we can't see what he's working on. Todd said,
Oh, the dilemma
no.
of building large models.
Todd said, don't sugarcoat it. I'm fat. No, you're not fat. You're healthy.
Fabulous, Todd.
You're not fat at all, dude. Don says hi to Kenneth. Don says, did Rebecca get you in trouble, Todd? No, Rebecca's getting them in good condition. Rebecca's getting them fixed up.
She's fattening him up.
Yeah. In 3 years, you'll be ready. When she starts requesting a large barbecue pit to be built in the backyard, then that's when you got to start thinking about what's going on. Where are you going today, honey? Oh, I'm taking a butchering course. I'm starting it today. See you later. Howard says, I'm on rotating shifts. My ass shifts one way on the bed, then it shifts another direction on the bed. Wait, that's not shifting we're talking about. Oh. Where's the thing?
Ew, that's gross.
Found it. Eric says Rebecca got Todd pregnant. Not that kind of fixed, Anthony. Rebecca's getting him fixed. No more kids? Not that kind.
He's already fixed.
Me too. Easy peasy. I thought I was just going in to talk and have a consultation. She's like, you want to do this right now? I'm like, sure, let's go.
Before I change my mind.
Yeah, I show up to pick Mary up from work. She's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Got the procedure done." She's like, "Already?" I was like, "Yeah." It took like 20 minutes.
Wow.
In and out. Boom. Didn't cost me a single dime. That looks awesome.
When my daughter was born, my wife decided to have her tubes tied because that's all we wanted. One boy, one girl. Done.
Yeah.
Good enough. And the doctor was like, well, you know, some couples, you know, instead of just getting the tubes tied. And I'm like, hold it. Stop. No.
Yeah, you can just get a clamp or whatever that's removable.
No. He was saying that some couples get the tubes tied and the man gets fixed at the same time just to ensure. And I'm like, no, stop. No. Mm-mm. Of course, I was like 34 at the time. So,
Yeah, you know what? When I was in my 30s, I might have thought different about it too. But when I'm like, 50 years old, it's like, yeah. I'm too old to be having kids at, in your late 40s, early 50s.
yeah.
I think we're past the threshold.
The breeding season is over.
AK says, as Jesus sang in Jesus Christ Superstar, take me now before I change my mind. I would have sang it in the tune if I knew it. I'm sorry. Todd says, I was fixed before I met her. So was she. A baby would be a Christmas miracle. Oh, it's a Christmas miracle.
All right.
Howard says, I can do the same for free, but I can't guarantee it won't hurt when I do it. You might scream.
You think?
You can do the elastic band technique where you just keep adding another elastic band every day until it eventually turns black and falls off.
Ow.
But small, tiny ows built up over a long period of time.
Still ow.
It's like getting rid of a giant skin tag, only it's your scrotum and
No, it's not like a giant.
Isn't that what they are in the first place? Is just a giant skin tag down there, isn't it? That's all it is. Hi, buddy.
Hey, birdie.
Hello. Yes, you're a chicken. I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken. Hi. Is
You better be careful there. Mama's cooking a bird in the pressure cooker.
You don't say.
That sounds like a person whistling, man.
You got a lot to say, don't you? Yeah. Say hello to Tori, everybody.
Hello, Tori.
Good night, little bird.
Tori was
Eric says,
talkative.
yeah. He came and paid my shoulder a little visit there. He was right in front of the microphone. Sorry if that hurt anybody's ears.
No, that was good.
Or Todd, not Todd, but Eric says, Todd, you don't need a baby. You already have an Ian. Don says,
yeah.
But practicing is fun. Can never get enough practice. That's right. And AK says, a Festivus miracle. Serenity now. Serenity now. Don says he is a happy guy. Yeah, he was being happy because it's time for him to go to bed and go in his cage. So he's like, oh, come on, look at me. I'm singing pretty cute little songs and giving little birdie kisses. Don't put me in my cage and put me to bed. Look how pleasant and happy I am.
He thinks he won't go to bed if he serenades.
Yeah. That's my kid just said. If he serenades everyone, he thinks he won't be put into bed.
Kind of like a kid.
Howard said, sounds like that cartoon. Yeah.
He sounded like a person whistling.
Well, I have for my notification on my phone, I have the Bozeman whistle, you know, the captain on the bridge.
Yeah.
So he mimics that now because he heard it enough times. He just repeated me. And when I go to open up the microwave, when the microwave door opens up, he goes beep beep.
I've heard him do that.
Beep, beep. Yeah, he does that, and he growls at the dog. He'll like go. Grrr, grrr. It's a pretty funny little thing. Todd says Ian's an 8-year-old with power tools.
Yeah.
Howard says I'm 54 and my girlfriend wants kids. My kids will think I'm a grandpa in 5 years.
Hey, I was a grandpa. At
Eric
54.
says, that's not bad. Eric says, Todd, that is a very frightening thought.
It's one we see every Friday on the stream.
AK was a grandfather at 39.
Jesus Christ.
Howard says, Todd as a kid takes it to dog obedience school.
I'm kind of glad I
Please
didn't
give
have a
Paco a
granddaughter
drink.
now. I enjoy it now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I gave him chicken.
No, you're good.
Chicken scraping.
Oh, he's licking his. Okay, I thought he was licking his empty water
he's
bowl.
freaking
Sorry.
out over what I gave him.
My bad.
You are bad.
My bad.
My bad. My bad. I'm talking about my bad. My bad. Woo. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. Oh, wait. You know it's my bad. My bad. You know it. My bad. My bad. I'm really, really sorry. I made myself a little paintbrush holder to hold my little silicone paintbrushes.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it looks like the Star Trek Delta with a tube on the top of it to hold the brushes. I'll show you real quick. There. Little paintbrush holder. You got the press and seal there covering it up?
Yeah.
Or you just got a plastic bag? The press and seal?
No, that's press and seal.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get myself another roll of that. I got some so that I could use. Well, don't say sorry. I'm the one that used it in the kitchen in the first place. But I got like a big roll of it so that I could use it for painting and masking and stuff. And then I needed it in the kitchen, so I brought it in the kitchen and it got used in there. And I never once used it for painting.
I've used it for both.
But I did get some tape. I ran out of Tamiya tape when I was masking the Voyager there. So I got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rolls. It's not Tamiya brand, but it's exactly the same. It's identical. And there are different sizes. It's like a 1/4 of an inch up to that's 1.5 inches. So there's 9 different rolls.
Nice.
And they'll fit in the little well, up to the 1-inch one will fit in the things, because I only got 2 different sizes of like the little plastic holder that holds your Tamiya tape. Only got 2 sizes of that, but these will still fit in it.
I don't have any of the little holders.
It was like $6. It was like $6 for the whole stack of rolls of tape for 9 rolls.
Yeah, none of my tapes are Tamiya tapes either.
Well, I was going to buy a couple rolls, and I was like, I'm not paying $14 for 1 roll of tape.
Right.
That's insane.
I got these 2 and 1 more that's over in the cabinet. 3 different sizes for like $6 on Amazon.
Awesome. Yeah, right on.
I'm barely on camera. I can't move much more. I'm out of this desk.
Oh, you're working down there. I see.
Yeah.
That's all right. Does your camera move, or is it fixed in place?
I could move it, but I have to like unclamp it.
Oh, okay. Mine's on one of those articulating arms that you can just like move around.
I can move it a little bit. Let me see here.
Howard said,
somewhat articulating arm. Let me see here.
Howard said, just think I got a whole stash of models and Lego sets set for years of birthday and Christmas gifts for my future kids. That's for sure. You won't have a shortage of that stuff.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit closer. We can see it, a little more details of what's going on. Eric said, okay, who saran wrapped the toilet seat again?
I did. You got something to say about it?
Howard says, would pinstriping tape work if you only had that laying around, or would it be too tacky and pull up what's underneath? I would imagine if you clear coat first, I don't think it matters what kind of tape you're using, unless you're going to use like duct tape or something.
Well, no, what's going to matter is how good your original layer of paint stuck to the model.
Yeah. But pinstriping
tape
tape's
would
not
keep the paint from getting
that
scratched,
sticky.
but it's not going to keep it from peeling off.
Pinstriping tape isn't really that tacky, I don't think.
It has to be tacky enough to stay on the car, you know?
Yeah, but you also got to peel it off without peeling the paint. I've used pinstriping tape before. I don't think it would be a problem. Andrew says, none of my tape is even hobby tape. No, it's not. It's not necessary. As long as you got something that works. Don says he thinks the adhesive might be too strong. Andrew said, a baby at 36 was hard. A baby at 40 was even harder. Could imagine.
I don't plan on doing either one.
We were like 30. Mary was 28 and I was 30. That was already like, are we too old for this? That was 20 years ago. So no, I guess we weren't. We succeeded. Our kid's awesome.
That's what counts.
Yeah, no, she's like a really cool person. Like, I'm not just saying that because it's my kid and I love them, right?
Well,
they're cool. She's cool.
She's like her mom and dad. So,
And we never had like teenage fights and arguments and stuff. Like we never had any of that.
You never had an argument with your kid?
Like minor ones over, clean your room or whatever, but no major issues. We're very, very lucky. We have a very nice child that's very
It's a little evil
good.
from 9 to 11, but
What'd she
prepubescent,
say?
puberty hits you, it's been an angel.
Yeah, there. Mary just said from the age 9 to 11 was a little bit rough, but ever since puberty hit, she's been an angel.
We thought we were doomed, but she did a
Total 180. Yeah.
Went from this little Satan child to an angel sent from heaven.
Todd says, looking forward to tomorrow. New computer desks arrives and I can start organizing the lab. Excellent.
Nice.
That type of pinstripe tape, Don. I see what you mean. Pinstripe tape is designed to adhere permanently. Yeah, the kind of tape that is the pinstripe. I thought you were talking like, yeah. No, I was thinking tape that you would use to mask off and make a pinstripe. But the good artists just use the brush and do it freehand. I got some pinstriping brushes here too.
Got some brushes doesn't mean I can make a pinstripe.
Yeah, exactly. I can do it a pretty decent one, like not perfect like the pros, but yeah, like I have a steady hand and I'm good at making a line really straight. So like I can do it. I've done it before on like a quad and like my buddy's motorbike. And I also did vinyl designs on lots of things. Like that glass art that I made for Ken.
Dude,
there. Well,
that glass art is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I've done the same thing on people's cars and four-wheelers and motorbike helmets and stuff like that. Snow machines. I used to do a lot of custom paint jobs when I was younger, like in my early 20s. I was doing like hand painting with a brush paint jobs on things, like did my buddy's snow machine for him, and I did a thing on the back of a couple people's boats. They wanted their boat name.
Well, you definitely got me beat on that because I cannot do that.
I did signs. I used to do a lot of signs for businesses out around town, and people wanted signs for like their cottages and stuff like that. And I did one for the local marina with like a big fish jumping out of the water and like a whole forest background and a lake and stuff like that. Like a wildlife photo or a wildlife painting that you'd see. Not like the pros, because that's when I was like, 15 and 16, I was doing that stuff. Eric says, didn't have my first kid till I was 29. Don said the backing tape is designed to be peeled off. Yeah, I was thinking masking to make pinstripes, right? I wasn't thinking of the permanent pinstripe tape, which is like a vinyl sort of thing. Howard says, did you get one of those height leveling tables like Wayne has in his building, Todd? He says, I did not on purpose. I did, but not on purpose. I needed a rounded corner desk, and it just happened to be one of the adjustable height ones. Don says, nice. AK says, Jody, unlike your bird, Jojo is waiting in his crate to go to bed. He hates when we're late with his bedtime schedule. Oh, that's cute. It's like, I'm going to bed. Screw you guys. Our dog will do that too. Like he sleeps in the bedroom, but if we're up late or something, he'll stand in the hall by the living room and look at us like, you guys coming or what? What are you doing still sitting here? Just there and stare at us.
if we stayed up later
There it
than
is.
what Jack wanted to stay up, he'd just crawl up here on the couch and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't going to bed? All right, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Paco was funny.
And then we
Howard says
get up and finally go to bed, and he's like,
now I gotta move. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Mary goes to bed earlier than me because she works early in the morning. So I usually stay up pretty late doing artwork and, you know, screwing around with models and whatever, watching YouTube. But the dog will be out here sleeping in his little bed. And then it's time for me to time to go to bed. And then I wake him up. Takes me like a minute to get him to wake up. And then he's like, okay, give me a minute. I need to drink water for like 5 minutes. And then eat all of the food that's in my dish before I go to sleep. And sit there all day with the food in the dish and not eat it. And he's like, oh, bedtime? Okay. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. Sometimes I'm standing there for like 10 minutes. Like, come on, dude. I pick up the food and put it up on the table. So he was like, dude, that's enough. Just go to bed. He's too fat anyways. But that's my own fault because I'm not able to take him out for walks as much as I should. Since we moved to the apartment here, he doesn't get to run freely around outside anymore. Howard said, my mom used to do that while going to college to pay for her tuition. She pinstriped cars, did the flames. She's done me wrong. She never gave me any of her paint talent or English spelling brains. Well, I don't see a single spelling mistake here. That's pretty cool, though, that your mom used to do that. Howard says,
It's
Paco
cool.
says it's not fat, it's a tumor. It's a tumor. Well, I hope it's not a tumor. He's an old dog, so it's going to start being tumor time for him there in the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's never good.
Hi, kids. Do you know what time it is? It's tumor time.
Oh, God.
Yay. Hi, I'm Terry the Tumor.
Wow.
I can grow almost anywhere in your body. There's things you can do to prevent me.
Is this a
Public service.
tumor PSA?
Yeah. This public service announcement brought to you by Tumor Awareness. Disclaimer, Terry the Tumor is not a real tumor. Tumors cannot talk. If you suspect you have a tumor, consult your doctor immediately. Mary shushed me. I got the old That's in regards to our little boy, though. Our little boy, the
Mary
boy.
shushing you?
Yeah, because I was talking about tumor time for Paco.
That's what eventually happened to Jack.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of dogs. Howard says, I thought I had a tumor, but the doctor told me it's just my brain rattling in my head. Brain and brain. What is brain? What do you want to do tonight, brain?
Same thing we always do, Pinky.
Try to take over the world. Who knew that trying to take over the world would be so difficult?
I used to like that cartoon.
Pinky and the Brain, or
Yeah,
the
Pinky
one
and the
with the
Brain.
voice? Because the voice I just did's from a different cartoon.
Yeah.
Is Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. I don't know
I
if
don't
you ever
think I
seen
know
one,
that
but
one.
Our kid used to watch it. It's called Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
And it's about the two kids that are stepbrothers, and they're making these wacky, outrageous inventions like a roller coaster in their backyard or a portal to Mars, or, you know, just crazy things like that. A plane out of paper plates or whatever. They made a plane out of paper mache and flew an airliner. And then they have a pet platypus, and he just sits around doing nothing. They call him a meat brick. But then when everybody's gone, he puts on a little hat and he becomes a super spy. And he's got all these spy gadgets, and he goes in secret tunnels and stuff, and he fights this evil scientist called Doofenshmirtz, and Doofenshmirtz is a bumbling idiot. And every invention he makes is called something of an innator. Everything's an innator, and yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, my son used to watch that. I never watched it much.
It was one of the ones that my kid was into that I was like, yeah, this one's good, because there was like a lot of more mature jokes. You know, they put jokes in there for the adults to get a laugh at.
Yeah.
Like the one kid, he got a B in the science fair project, and he's like this straight A student, overachiever, and he's so disappointed, and he's like, oh no, I'm going to go home and hang the shame curtains now. He's like, my parents will be so disappointed. I must go home and hang the shame curtains. Howard said, damn, all that masking for 5 minutes of use?
Yep. That's the way it goes.
Same as putting a condom on.
Yeah. Mask it all up, spray it, and that's it. It's getting close to that time anyway.
Yeah, it's a 10:59. Well, 9:59 for you.
Yep. I'm going to get all this masking off before I quit, though.
Looks like I've got some light reading to do after the stream.
Do what?
Just reading up on some stuff. Doing some research. Said I got some light reading to do after the stream.
Some light reading.
Mm-hmm.
You reading about lights?
That's right. I'm reading all about lights. I'm learning about the light bulb cabal of the early 1900s.
We've been talking about that for a while. I thought you'd have that one down by now, Jody.
Mary said the same thing. Stop talking about that. Are we talking about that fucking light bulb cabal shit? Howard says, "Hey, now speak for yourself, Jody." I was speaking for myself. I saw Debbie Does Dallas, but I didn't understand the plot because I only watched 5 minutes at a time.
5 minutes at a time. I don't think you missed anything on the plot, Jody.
I actually never saw that movie. Mary said, "OMG, Jody, LOL." Howard says, "Heck, War and Peace is light reading." Oh. Got to agree with what Ken's saying here. The Orville is looking good, Donnie.
Thank you.
For sure.
I would say I'm impressed with how well this paint stuck on, but I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, Todd's right. Also, that Orville is going to be a star at Wonderfest. That's right. I think so too. I can't see anybody else having one. I still have not seen another YouTube. Like, you'd think if somebody on YouTube did an Orville model, it would have showed up in my video feed by now.
I don't know, man. For some reason, I can't find many 3D printed models on YouTube to begin with. There's some, but not a lot. Because I was wanting to watch a few, you know, and just kind of get some little tips and tricks, you know. And
I think you got to watch the regular builders that'll do a 3D model once in a while, maybe.
yeah, that's mostly
But
what
I
I
don't think
found.
I don't think there's too many people that are like exclusively doing it. Well, Ron, the 3D painter, he's 3D printing his stuff, but he's doing like sculptures and dioramas and stuff, right?
Yeah,
He's
like
doing more figures. Yeah, like figures and statues, not starships and vehicles.
Yeah,
So
I'll
it's
say
kind of a
several
different.
of those.
Yeah, it's kind of a different beast, right? There's lots of that. Howard says, "Yeah, but I bet there will be 5 more." I don't know, man. Maybe because this model that Donnie has exists and you can get it, so there might be, we might see another 1 or 2, maybe, but I don't know. You think if we were gonna, there'd be somebody on YouTube going, "I'm doing this Orville model for, check it out," you know, for Wonderfest or whatever.
We'll see. Yep, that's all the masking tape.
Okay, so Ken's seen the movie. Ken says, "Jody, the plot is that they are trying to raise money so Debbie can go to Dallas to try out as a cheerleader." Oh, a cheerleader? Why didn't she just have a 50-50 raffle?
I don't think that would have made as good a movie.
Yeah. Debbie does a draw. Andrew said, "Well, there will be at least another build on YouTube in a little while." Yes, there will be.
Another Orville at that.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew at Canadian Starships. Looking forward to seeing that one as well.
There's the second.
Ken says, "Or so I've heard."
There's the second.
Howard says, "I don't think Lou has done the Orville yet."
No, he hasn't.
Don says, "Wait, there was a plot?"
But there's the other rings. the gray. Turned out pretty good.
It looks fantastic.
There's a little gray on the bottom there.
You got those grills masked right now, right?
Yeah, they're still masked right now.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Because the inside part of each one of those little things is painted the same color as the ship. The rest of it is just clear.
Yeah.
So I'll have to keep those masked through the whole painting process.
Right on. So you got a few panels on the bottom to get done for the next time?
On the bottom ring, yeah. I'll have to get all that tape off before then.
Yeah. Looks great, man.
Thank you.
Howard said 50-50 wasn't invented back then. They only had bingo.
Bingo.
Todd said, I thought Debbie Does Dallas was her killing JR, right? Yeah, that's who shot JR. It was Debbie. Debbie did it. What a downer.
My mom.
Ken's pointing at that one and laughing. Ken likes how why do I keep saying that? Ken likes Todd's joke.
But that's all I'm gonna do tonight. So thank you everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you want. Let me get over to my YouTube so I can read the.
Even if you don't want, do it anyway.
I don't want nobody to have to if they don't want to.
Do it.
I'm nice that way.
Look into my eyes. You will hit the like button. You will subscribe. And you will share this channel with your friends. Hypnotoad has spoken.
Ooh, Hypnotoad. I haven't heard that in a while.
Ooh, quiet. Hypnotoad's on.
Anyway, tomorrow night will be Keith, KC's Model Mayhem at 7, working on the Mercedes, the AMG. And then right after that will be...
That thing looks cool. That thing's looking great, Keith's Mercedes.
It is. I guess Buck's streaming tomorrow night at 9, working on the Death Star. And then Wednesday night is the Woody Wednesday stream, working on the Istanbul. And then Thursday night is Jordan still finishing up the Falcon, I think. And that'll be at 8. And then Friday night is our normal HTM live stream at 9. And these are all Eastern, sorry. And then Saturday, oh, wait. Jody, are you streaming after Jordan?
I'm not sure yet.
You're not sure yet.
I'm not sure if I'll be available that night yet.
So
if I can, I'll set it up. Possibly Thursday night following Aligning the Stars. I should be able to do it. We'll see what my availability is.
Okay, so possibly Jordan will be streaming after Jordan. Jody will be streaming at. Man, I get y'all's names mixed up.
I'll be working on the tiny
Jordan.
I'll be working on the Tiny Enterprise Book Nook.
Yeah, that's cool.
Don said Falcon.
And then of course the Friday night stream. And then Saturday will be Andrew at 9 Eastern. Canadian Starships working on the ginormous Enterprise D.
It's ginormous.
And then the normal HTM stream at 4 Eastern on Sunday afternoon. And then that brings us back to us here on Monday. But thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jody, for
You're very welcome, my friend. I really had a great time tonight. I enjoyed being here with you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, AK. Thank you, Chase. Thank you,
You
Ken.
too, Ken. You have a great night too, my friend.
Yes, sir. Howard says they made a comic of Debbie Does That.
Yeah, that's why I had laughed. I wasn't laughing when you said Keith's stream is going to be on. I read that comment and I was laughing at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. And we'll see everyone tomorrow night in the comments in Keith's stream. So have a good one, everyone, and we'll see you then.